Hello, 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 and welcome, ladies and gents. Here we are, and we're kicking off right on 7 o'clock. Please do drop a g'day in the chat box and say hello. There's a lot of familiar faces and names that we're expecting on the call and at the awards tonight. So we'll have a bit of a run through that in a second. But we will get going. My name's Andrew Griffiths, and I'm joined, of course, by the other co-founder of the Australian Business Book Awards, Michael Hanrahan. G'day, Michael. How you doing?
G'day, Andrew. Great to be here again. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Yeah, it's hard to believe that this is the six Abbas, folks. The sixth one, 2024. It's still, as we always say around this time every year, it feels like it was just yesterday that we were sitting in a coffee shop, kind of going, "Oh, it'd be good to do an awards." And of course, here we are down the line with many books judged and lots of very cool kind of things that have happened in between. Just before we get going, I would like to do an acknowledgement of country, and in the spirit of reconciliation, the founders of the Australian Business Book Awards acknowledge the traditional custodians of country throughout Australia and their connections to land, sea, and community. We pay our respect to the elders, past and present, and extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples today. Beautiful. Okay, thank you so much for joining us tonight, folks. A lot of familiar names there. And in fact, we can't really go through all of them, but just know that we're seeing you, and thank you for tuning in. It's fabulous. And by all means, please keep connecting with us during the night. In the chat box would be fantastic, particularly when we get to the meaty part and we start to announce who the winners are, which is pretty exciting. A little bit of housekeeping. As always, we are recording this, so we'll make sure that you do get access to a recording afterwards. We're not using the questions, so we're just using the chat box. So if you want to kind of keep your questions, you can put them in there. Apart from that, I don't really think we have much more housekeeping. Michael and I aren't real big on housekeeping, are we?
No, I think you've covered it, Andrew. Everybody knows where the bathrooms are, so that's the other thing people usually do. So I think we're good.
If the fire alarm goes off, then means my house is burning down. You guys probably don't need to worry. Or if you see Michael now running out terrified, something's happened. All right. So what have we got in store for you tonight? Michael, what have we got in store for everyone?
So obviously the big thing we've got is what everybody's waiting for, the announcement of the finalists and the winners. And we're also going to chat through the processes and I always find everybody's really interested in how the judging works. So we're going to talk quite a bit about that as well.
And it's Mamma mia, the bloody judging process is difficult to say the least. And we want it's hard when you've got such a number of fabulous books, and we really want to kind of clarify our process again. Talk to you a bit about things like conflict of interest, and the judging process has evolved over the last 6 years. But we're so determined to make sure that it's as in it's really rigorous. So each year we try to make it tighter, more. We make slight fine tunes to it. But anyway, we'll go through that as well. We want to do a sincere thank you to each and every author who's entered the awards, and just looking through the people who are on the call. Many of you are here, obviously. We do realize that it's a big thing to do. We make it hard for you to enter. You got to fill in forms, you got to post books, you got to, jump through. So we don't need any of that stuff. We just like to get you to do it, really. No, but it's like it's we take the awards really seriously, and I think it's important. But as we said before, the thing that we love and appreciate is that it's getting harder and harder to judge the awards because of the quality of the books being entered, and often it can be a point difference that either makes you a finalist or not, and certainly makes you a winner as well. So we love that, and thank goodness we've got a group of fabulous judges who make a point of following that same kind of I guess rigorous view that Michael and I have had from the start. I'd also like to say too that this year's the first year we've actually done the awards without Anna. So Michael's partner in crime, and Anna is normally the backbone of the awards. So I think we should all just be grateful that we actually managed to find the Zoom link and actually join tonight. That's probably, we're all still amazed. Michael and I were laughing off just before we started. Say it's hard to believe that we actually got started without Anna, and even Lolita, who's been involved all the way through. The other half of the Abbas, the female side of the Abbas, Lolita's been doing her biz. Anna's been following her business side of things as well. So it's really very irresponsible to leave these awards in our hands, I think, Michael.
There's still about an hour for something to go wrong, Andrew, so I'd be careful.
You reckon I'm being cocky, aren't I? Yeah, I'm really tempted. I've tempted fate. Damn it. You can check out all of the entries, folks. The 2024 entries are stunning. There's a QR code. I'll leave that there for a second. If you want to kind of, scan that on your phone, you can actually then scroll through and see who all of the entries are. And in fact, you can go through the site. We have every entry on there that since we started the awards, I think. Is that right, Michael?
Yes, yep, correct. Yeah, it's every year there's all the entries, all the ceremonies, so you can go back and have a look as much as you like.
Beautiful. Okay, great. And all paths lead back to their site. Now, the awards wouldn't be possible without our generous and incredibly supportive sponsors. So we've had the kindness and support of Smart WFM for, gosh, almost since we began. I think 4 or 5 years. Jared and Michelle were supporters. They moved off to support some other stuff this year. I think they deemed it's time for them to be, spreading their philanthropy around a little bit more. So we're grateful to them because they played such a big role. But this year, what we did a little bit differently was we approached or we reached out to people and said, look, we'd like to do category sponsors. And we've ended up with about half a dozen sponsors. And I'd like to just kind of really shine the light on them a little bit. Our first sponsor, and I love the fact that people really jumped on board, and I think that was just so lovely to see. David Jennings is the founder of Systemology and is a great friend of ours, and obviously a successful author in his own right. David's got 2 books that are out, but Systemology is really a great system business that David set up from the start, and it's really he has a team of systemologists who help people to do exactly what the name suggests. Fantastic. It's recognized globally. I've done quite a bit of work with them, and they're a fabulous organization and a great initiative. Sonia King from King HR. Sonia leapt in straight away and said, yep, love to be involved. Thank you so much, Sonia. So basically, they provide services where you can outsource your work, health, and safety and all HR related matters to King HR. And, again, such a great human being. So thank you, Sonia, for being involved. I'm not sure if you're on the line, but just love having you involved. Jenny from Genesis, Jenny reached out straight away as well. So Jenny sponsored the best cover design, and I don't think I mentioned what the other guys sponsored, but we'll get to that shortly. And she runs a marketing company that specializes in helping financial services businesses. And again, it was just lovely to see Genesis Consulting kind of leaping on board straight away. RG Dynamics. Now, this is a lovely story too. This is now Renee. I've got to get your surname right, of course, but Renee Giarusso. What a great name. Fabulous. She's an author, of course, amazing human being. And RG Dynamics is all about making workplaces exceptional places to work where everyone can thrive. Through all kinds of interactive, bespoke workshops, coaching programs, etc. An amazing human being, and Renee was amazing. Like she was not well at the time, but she leapt on board and said, "Look, I want to be involved. However you can make it happen." And I just love and admire her for that. So, thank you, Renee. RG Dynamics, wonderful. Now, 2 other sponsors, Publish Central, Mr. Hanrahan. Tell me why you've sponsored a category, Michael.
Well, we talked about this a lot, and we were wondering whether it was kind of appropriate for you and I to get involved as sponsors. And in the end, the conclusion was, well, why not? So we are trying to, just like everybody who's involved, trying to contribute to the the ILF and get as much money as we can for them. So the more sponsorships we have, the more money we can give to the ILF, and the better the whole thing goes. So yeah, you and I came in towards the end. Oh no, you were in early, Andrew.
I
You
was
were
the
right.
first one.
Yeah, you were first. But yeah, I came in towards the end to add to the sponsorship dollars, basically.
Which is awesome. Thanks, mate. And Publish Central, of course, is most of you on here, or many of you, would know Publish Central. Great publishing business. I've published my last book, last one with Michael and the team at Publish Central. Great custom publishers, and I don't know, mate. You've been doing this for a long time now, so it's for me, it's fabulous to work with you. And of course, myself through Author Academy, which is my author training business, where I kind of specialize in that one-to-one author training. So I'm not going to say a whole lot more than that. Check it out if need be. But I think that's everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you to our sponsors. We did, go, well, we want to put our money where our mouth is. Like, yeah, we do the work and do a lot of stuff for it, but we believe in what the awards are all about, and to put some cash back into it is a pretty easy thing to do, and when you believe in something so much. I'd also love to do a big thank you to Letitia Moran. Letitia, she's our graphic designer, and she does our artwork for really great rates, and did all of our rebranding a few years back, and everything that kind of looks awesome and professional and like it should is thanks to Letitia, and she's just fabulous, and it's so appreciated and so important for us to make the awards. Yeah, we don't have to spend a huge amount of money on design or a huge amount of money on other stuff. It can go into actually ultimately making sure the awards are run well, and then also us supporting the ILF. So that was that. Did I cover everything that I need to cover in that section, Michael?
Yep, no, I think we've got it. Everybody, we had a lot of comments on the fabulous rebrand a couple of years ago, so that's a huge thanks to Letitia.
Yeah, mate, we love the brand. I prefer the branding for Australian Business Book Awards and my own branding. And Letitia did both. I need to do a rebrand. I need to steal the AB and make it AG. The Abbas are not for profit. Now we talk about this every year, but it is really such an important thing for us to make note. Part of this is because so many of the awards that are out there now are for profit. They're businesses, and their incentive is to make money and not to support not-for-profits. And, that's okay. That's, free enterprise and all the rest of it. But our judges and our organisers give their time and their expertise freely. Okay. And that's, that's an amazing, we ask a lot, like, how many books do most, on average, Michael, how many books would a judge judge?
Any judge not named Andrew or Michael gets about 5 or 6 books.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So think about, you're judging. We get about 10, maybe 12.
Yeah, more than that. Yeah,
Yeah.
12. Yeah,
Yeah.
12 to
So
15. Yeah.
why is that, Michael? Why do we get treated so poorly? To
I
get
don't
that.
know, I'll have to talk to the people in charge. Yeah, I'm not sure.
We want to talk a little bit more about Indigenous Literacy Foundation, amazing organisation, and our big reason for doing this. Any excess funds are donated to the Indigenous Literacy Foundation, and to share a little bit about the ILF, amazing organisation. There's 2 short videos that I'd like to show. The first one is about something called the Astrid Lindgren Memorial Award. Now, this award is a huge international kind of thing, and the Indigenous Literacy Foundation were the laureates, the winners of it for this year. And I, it's a really big deal. And I want to show you a brief video about this, and then I want to show you an updated video from the ILF about what they've been doing of late.
Everything great that ever happened in this world happened first in somebody's imagination. Those words came from the Swedish author Astrid Lindgren from a speech in 1958. Apart from being one of the greatest children's books authors, Astrid Lindgren was also a steadfast humanist who made her voice heard in the public debate, speaking with moral conviction, with humor, and always with her focus on children and their future. In 2002, at the age of 94, when her voice fell silent, the Swedish government established the Astrid Lindgren Memorial Award to honor her memory, humanistic spirit, and to promote interest in children's and young adult literature around the world. The award is administered by the Swedish Arts Council, and with a prize of 5 million Swedish kroner, it is the largest global award of its kind. The award is given annually to a person or organization who continue to work in Astrid Lindgren's spirit, with imagination, bravery, respect, and empathy, and maintaining the highest level of artistic excellence. Each year, the jury receives hundreds of proposals from the nominating bodies around the world, rewarding the highest quality work demands and expert knowledge of international children's and young adults literature, as well as children's rights and children's reading. Together, the 12 members of the jury possess the expertise needed to find the right laureate each year. The laureate is honored and celebrated in Stockholm at the award ceremony in the presence of the Swedish Crown Princess.
Historically, literature for children has not always been as highly regarded as literature for adults. And yet, we know that those whose images and words can find their way into a child's heart and mind, who can spur its imagination, those artists and authors can make true differences and change entire lives.
If you would like to find out more about the Astrid Lindgren Memorial Award, please visit our website, alma.se.
Beautiful. And how extraordinary is that to think that the Indigenous Literacy Foundation won that in 2024? So, yeah, very, very, very cool. So let's just have a little bit of an update. And the founder of the ILF, actually, she talks a bit about what this means. And that's why we wanted to show that, because to be honest, didn't really know about the Astrid Lindgren Award. And of course, when you start looking into it, you go, wow, how extraordinary is that? And this is really just to show what kind of an organization we're partnering with here.
I'm Susie Wilson, and I'm the founder of the Indigenous Literacy Foundation of Australia. Winning the Astrid Lindgren Memorial Award is definitely a highlight of my life. I'm a huge fan of Astrid Lindgren's work. Her work is an example of the power of good stories and good children's literature, and it points to having access to good literature as being a human right. And that's why I think our values align so closely, the Indigenous Literacy Foundation and Astrid Lindgren.
I'm Ben Bowen, I'm the CEO of the Indigenous Literacy Foundation and a proud Wiradjuri and Gandagara man. Literacy is that wonderful journey that we all do as adults, where we can escape the day-to-day and we can walk in someone else's shoes and we can experience things, and that's what we want our kids to understand. The Indigenous Literacy Foundation, we donate a lot of books out to communities. So in Australia, our communities are spread very wide. They can be sometimes 24 hours for us to travel into them. So we've been spending about 10 years now getting books into those communities that are what we call culturally relevant, so in our own languages and our own content. But we're also working at publishing those books, so working with those communities to turn oral stories into published material so that they can earn royalties, have investment into their communities and create pathways for their young people.
My name's Natalie Armat and I am the very proud co-chair of the Indigenous Literacy Foundation. The key to the ILF's success is very much our community-led model. We always are guided by what the community wants and what the community tells us they need. The purpose really is to support communities in this amazing work that they're doing to keep their language and their culture striving so kids can grow up and, you know, continue to be the custodians of that for many, many years.
When you visit a community and see those books being launched, oh my goodness, it's like Christmas. They are so excited. The joy is incredible, and actually the silence when the books first come out of their boxes as they all go to ground and pour over the books. It's very wonderful.
We are now seeing that young people are talking about not just reading books, but the type of book that they want to read. And then they're talking about which of their stories or which of their pieces of work will make a book. That is a huge step up for us, that we're leapfrogging the whole debate about how to read and all the functionality to understanding that these kids have got a huge story to tell, and it's a valuable story for everyone around the world.
There is so much strength in our communities that deserves to be celebrated. This award will enable us to build an organisation that's sustainable and can continue for many, many years to come to do the work that we're doing. So we're very grateful to be this year's recipients.
Beautiful, beautiful. How awesome is that? And as I said, this year, with the help and support of everyone involved, we're proudly donating about $5,000 to the Indigenous Literacy Foundation. And, you know, that's a big deal, right? $5,000 that we know is going to be used for programs. It's going to be used to help publish books in language. And, you know, it's a big thing. And over the last 6 years now, we've been able to donate collectively over $65,000. And we know that all of that money is used to develop, to publish books, to buy books, to distribute books, to improve literacy for children and for adults in Indigenous communities throughout Australia. And that wouldn't have happened without every single person who's entered the awards, our judges, you know, making the awards happen, our sponsors. It's a very, very big deal, and something that I know Michael and I are extraordinarily proud of. And it's, you know, it's a big part of our kind of 2 or 3 reasons on why we do the Abbas. So congratulations to everyone, and thank you so much for being a part. And we just wanted to take the time to share, because we think that both of those videos were really important to show this year. So, mate, is there anything you'd like to add to that, Michael?
Just that was, I think our 2 biggest priorities from day one were that it was a not-for-profit, run as a not-for-profit, and the thoroughness and rigorousness of the judging process. I think they've been our 2 priorities all the way through. So the fundraising aspect of it was non-negotiable from day one.
Yeah, and we took us like a millisecond to determine who the charity should be that we wanted to support. That was easy. And I have had the pleasure. I've been to many Indigenous communities over the last 25, 30 years throughout Western Australia, throughout Northern Territory, and throughout Queensland. And I do believe very much that literacy is a game changer in so many different ways, and it's a powerful thing. And I'm so proud of our awards that we're not for profit and we give back. And there's Michael carrying the big, heavy $65,000 check. Job well done on the big checks, I might add too, Michael. Job well done.
Yeah, that one's very heavy, the $65,000 one. That's why I'm side.
I want the $100,000 one. I'll come to Melbourne and we'll both get in the photo for that.
Couple more years.
All right. Our judges make the awards. We're going to talk a little bit about that now. Something else that is obviously, as Michael said, we've said all along, the robustness of the judging process is important. And so we'd like to kind of go through and just explain, not too much, but just go through that a little bit more about what that looks like. and how the books are judged. Now, Michael, do you want to kind of start here, or do you want to? Should we go into the video first? You tell me.
I'll just quickly jump in and give people an overview, I think.
Yep,
Uh,
great.
so this has changed. This has evolved a lot in the 6 years. So it's something we look at the end of each year and we see what worked and what didn't work. We started with each book being judged only by 2 judges, and we now have 3 judges per book, and we have a shortlist day to kick off the whole process. So that's really added to the rigor of it. So just to quickly give people an understanding of the actual process, because I get asked about this a lot. Every book that gets entered goes through the shortlist day, which is we normally get about 120, 130 entries, and we trim off about a third of those in the shortlist day. And then each book, as I mentioned, is sent out to 3 judges. They are given a spreadsheet that's got very carefully considered criteria, and an explanation of each criteria so everybody knows how to assess the books. And then once the scores come in, obviously they're tallied up, and the three highest scoring books in each category are finalists. And then obviously the highest scoring book is the winner of that category. And then the highest scoring book overall is the book of the year. So all books are judged against accepted Australian professional publishing standards. It's the same for every book. So we've got self-published books up against books from Wiley and Penguin and, Hardy Grant and all the major publishers. So you don't get judged on a different scale if you've self-published or something like that. So the whole idea is to get the standard of the books up and make sure that we're only the really, really best of the best books are getting through.
Fantastic. And we do the judging panel day is where we have about nine or 10 people.
Yeah, 9.
Yeah. Yep. And so we are the ones that do that initial kind of I guess evaluation of the books to the initial scoring, I guess you would say, to say, okay, let's have a look at who gets through and who doesn't. We did a couple of videos on this day, which was held in September, and this is obviously me, just talking a little bit about what are we looking for and, what makes an award-winning kind of a book. So I'm just going to play that for you now. Hello there, my name is Andrew Griffiths. I'm the co-founder of the Australian Business Book Awards, and we're deep in the belly of doing the 2024 judging. And we've got a pile of fabulous books. Every year we notice that the calibre of the books keeps increasing dramatically. And I think that represents too, and really showcases how the Australian publishing industry is really growing with both traditional publishing, custom publishing. The industry is constantly moving forward. The calibre, again, when we look at this year's books, I think what we're also doing is we're probably getting harder and harder with our judging side of things on a yearly basis. We have an amazing group of judges. Most of the time it's the same people coming back, giving their time very generously. But they're people that are working in the industry, they're authors themselves, or they're author coaches, advisors in the publishing space, editors, cover designers. So it's a really collective group of people that are all kind of being able to look at what is happening in the industry at the moment and then compare our entries and go, okay, this is working really, really well. So that's kind of, something that's really rewarding as part of the awards rather. Something that we also love is we have a judging panel, and that's where 9 or 10 of us kind of get together and we do the preliminary look over the books where we perhaps, work out, where are they at, what are we going to do, which ones are going to be kind of leading the way. And it starts the judging process, and then because all the books get sent out to all of the judges around Australia, and we all have between probably 5 and 10 books to judge over a period of about 6 weeks. So it's an interesting and robust process. For me, what makes an award-winning book, I think it's really a great take on something. If it's a fatigued idea and we're just saying the same thing, it's like if it's not really innovative in the way that the topic has been written about or the actual concept overall, it's a bit harder for it to kind of shine, I think, these days. So, and readers are sophisticated, there's lots of material around, so your book idea really has to stand out, and it has to have something of significance to say, and it's got to be something that's significant enough to be different enough as well. I think it's also now we've got to have great covers, great internal layout. Internal layout for me is really important because it's part of the reader experience. We've got to make sure again that it's really well edited and it's a really robust kind of a published book. So really, you just got to publish a great book in every true sense of that word. So yeah, that's my take. Having judged many, many books now over the last 6 years, the award-winning ones generally stand out. And if you're trying to figure out, well, what do I need to do to make an award-winning book? Buy the ones that have won this year's awards. All right. Thank you. Andrew Griffiths, over and out. Beautiful. Second round of judging, each book is assessed against that specific publishing criteria, as Michael mentioned before, and everything's scored on a point system, from all aspects of the covers, internal layout, the relevance of the book, the writing style, the editing. It's a big deal to kind of go through all of that, and that's why the judging panel gets everything started, and that's our team from this year's. This is early in the day before we start going loopy. The sugar kicks in, all the rest of it, but it's and again, everyone, after people have travelled to Melbourne and given their time freely and their wisdom and expertise freely, which is there. We have a lot of debate and a lot of conversation about the books, which is important. Again, just everything is deeply considered. Again, as you can see, so there's no just pull a book out, give it a score, and move on. So any of you have entered, understand and appreciate that your book has gone through this kind of rigor as well. And these are just a couple of short videos from a couple of our judges. We've got the lovely Anna Featherston, founder of Bold Authors, to just share a few words about the judging from her perspective.
I'm Anna Featherston. I'm the founder of Bold Authors, and I'm an author advocate. So I work with authors and help them at any stage of the book process. And I love the Abbas because that's when you get to see the final book in print and see what Australian authors are creating, the ideas they're sharing, and it's just so exciting. Love the Abbas. The calibre of this year's awards is outstanding across multiple categories. It's really exciting to see not just the concepts, the ideas, the writing, it's also the execution. So these are good-looking books and they really solve questions, they have real purpose, and audience, you can tell that authors are thinking about their readers more, and it's a great year for these books. Oh, okay, nonfiction is my absolute love. What makes an award-winning book is a new take on concepts. It's also fresh thinking. It's a really unique angle. It is, in the age of AI, it's about personality, it's about lived experience, and it's about not just repeating stuff that you've read in other books, but coming with your own ideas and freshness. And I think that combined with, a great cover, beautiful layout, so it's easy for the reader, that's what makes an award-winning book.
Beautiful. Thank you, Anna, rather. And our second judge here that we just wanted a little bit of feedback from is the lovely Annie Reid from Atrium Media. And I'm going to do the same, just let her share a few of her views.
Hi, my name's Annie Reid. I am the founder and director of Atrium Media. I am an author and a ghostwriter and a writing coach. I love working with authors to create incredible books that take them from the page to the bookshelf. One of the things I'm really enjoying about being an Abba's judge is looking for books that celebrate a big idea. So a book that carries a beautiful cover with a strong contents page and then a structure that supports their big idea from start to finish. That always makes a big impression on me, and I'm looking forward to seeing and judging all the entries this year. I think what makes a really award-winning book is originality. So we see a lot of books in a lot of categories that cover a lot of content that's quite similar. What we're really looking for is a really original idea that celebrates a unique position or point of difference in that sector. We love books that are really beautifully produced and designed, that have a really gorgeous front cover, and potentially an image that resonates with the original ideas and the content throughout the book.
Beautiful. Thank you, Annie. Thank you, to all of our judges there. Michael, let's have a quick conversation here about the concept of conflicts of interest. As you heard, Annie's a book writing coach, ghostwriter. So what happens if Annie kind of is judging a book that she's written? How do we handle conflicts of interest?
Yeah, so this is obviously an extremely important issue. The reason it comes up is we, from day one, wanted to get the best people in the industry to be judges. So we've got someone from Wiley, we've got, high profile writing coaches, authors, all that kind of thing. But you're not going to get these people and not have them having worked on some of the books that are entered. So this is something that we knew we'd have to deal with from day one. So when authors are entering their books, they have to tell us who their editor was, who their cover designer was. We've got about 4 or 5 questions we ask them about who helped them with the book, so that when that book is sent out to a judge, we make sure it's not sent to any of those people. But then as a backup to that, we also tell all of the judges if they've got the slightest concern about the book that they're working on in terms of conflict of interest, they let us know. So even if they didn't directly work on the book, maybe they worked on the author's previous book, or maybe they have a personal relationship with them, or maybe they have coffee with them every Sunday morning at the dog park or something like that. So there's conflicts that we couldn't pick up through our processes. So we asked the judges to let us know. This year we had 3 books that we had to reallocate because the judges let us know and said, look, I'm not comfortable judging this one. That's pretty much happened every year. It's been about 3 or 4 that we've had to reallocate. So it's all part of the process to ensure that the judging is 100% independent and 100% robust, and we can get the results that we do.
Yeah, love it. And it's so critical. You can check out all of our judges via this QR link. Of course, it's on the site. We always publish everyone that's there. And again, just, really kind of acknowledge just how significant and how seriously all of our judges take this. Everyone, treats the awards so significantly. It's fabulous. So what about if you enter the awards tonight, you're sitting here waiting, and you don't even become a finalist, or you don't even win anything? Does that mean that you've written and published a lousy book? Michael, how do we address that?
Certainly it doesn't, of course. The first thing to keep in mind is that just finishing your book and entering is awesome. So well done on that. But we get, as I mentioned before, we get 120, 130 books every year. So most books are going to miss out. Most authors are going to miss out, unfortunately. The standard's gone up and up and up every year. All the judges commented on it this year that the standards have gone up over the 6 years. So it is possible that you've published a really, really good book that your readers loved and you did all the right things, and you're not going to be a finalist today. So don't be discouraged. It's just a mark of how stiff the competition is.
Yeah, and we'll see 5 or 6 books in some categories that might have 30 plus entries in a category. Remembering people can enter multiple categories, so again, it's difficult. And the last thing we want you to feel is if you don't win, that there's anything wrong with your book. It doesn't mean that in the slightest. So yeah, just understand that it is really, really intense, the competition, and it's a matter of a point here or there out of sometimes collective 200 plus points that can end up being the difference. So yeah, just to be aware of that. Logistics of the judging ramps up every year with over 500 odd books getting sent to the judges. We get our best people onto the work here. Archie is still head of security. He's getting a bit old and rickety these days, but he still makes sure that no one bloody messes up the piles of books, and just that everything runs smoothly. So he only listens to Anna because Anna still instructs from the sidelines. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. So overall, very, very big thank you to each and every one of our judges. We love you dearly. We appreciate you and are eternally grateful. It's time consuming, and we appreciate you doing what you do. All right, let's get down to the awards. We've got 20 minutes to go through 12 awards, I believe it is, and I'm sure that you've had enough of me waffling on. Michael, these are our categories: entrepreneurship, small business; number 2, social responsibility; 3, personal development; 4, communication and sales; 5, personal finance and investment. 6, management and HR. 7, leadership. 8, technology. 9, health and well-being. 10, general business. Then 11 is best cover design, and we'll talk a bit about that process. And then number 12, we'll let you know again about how the book of the year ended up being chosen. So let's get going. Category number 1, entrepreneurship and small business. And again, this is the category that's very kindly sponsored by King Consulting. Thank you, Sonia. And these are our 3 finalists. Michael, I'll let you talk them through.
Yep. So we've got Booked Out by Susan Lee, How to Build a Business Others Want to Buy by Kobe Simet. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And How to Build a Billion-Dollar Business by Radek Saleh with Bernadette Schwertz. So 3 very, very good books there.
And this is, we normally get quite a few entries in this category. This is one of our popular ones, right?
Yeah, this is definitely one of the larger ones. It's always a very interesting category. We often get very niched books. So I'm just looking down the list here. There's a book specifically about being a tradie. There's a book focused on marketing for businesses in small towns. Finance for freelancers. There's a book specifically about importing for China. Importing from China. So a very interesting category with a lot of really good niched kind of specific topics. And obviously, given our judges, we're all super excited about this category and enjoy these books very much.
Yeah, as business awards, it makes sense, right?
Yes.
And the winner of this category, entrepreneurship and small business, is How to Build a Billion-Dollar Business, Radek Saleh and Bernadette Schwertz. So congratulations.
Congratulations.
Good on you, Radek. And yeah, fabulous, great book.
Great looking book as well. What nicely produced.
Yeah, nice. Job well done. Big congratulations. Good on you, folks. Thanks for cheering those people who are winning. It's a silent cheer, isn't it? But lovely, well done. Our second category, which is social responsibility, and I love the fact that you sponsored this category, Michael. That's just kind of what you're all about. So thank you for supporting this category. These are our finalists. I'll let you read through them, Michael.
Yep. So we've got Spark Change by George Liakos. I've got Kind Business by David Cook and Live More with Less by Dr. Kate Luckens.
This seems to be one of the topics I think that is a growing category for us. We're getting
definitely is. Yeah. So this was added about 3 years ago, and it has steadily grown since then. All of these decisions are made by the panel, and so we all got together, and there was a strong feeling that there was a need to separate this out as a separate category. So it's definitely had some really good books in it over the last few years.
Yeah, I love it as a category as well, and it's one of those ones I think again that people can enter, a couple of categories, and sometimes it's like, well, you look at it and go, well, is that something that's going to drive that? The categorization can always be a bit interesting and a bit challenging, but I always think when you look at this category, books either really fit clearly or they kind of just don't. And what a diversity this year. So there are 3 finalists, and our winner is Live More with Less, Dr. Kate Luckens. Congratulations. Pretty cool cover, I might add as well. Good on you, Kate. Round of applause. Woohoo!
Yeah, this is a beautifully produced book. There was a lot of discussion about this book on the judging day. It's hardback. It's got an embossed cover. It's color all the way through. So absolutely gorgeous book. So well done, Kate. Congratulations.
Yeah, great. And remembering again what Michael was saying there earlier on about the process, I think we do judge a book by its cover, to use that very well-worn kind of metaphor. But when you're judging, when the cover is really only, less than 10% of the total score kind of things, like 5%, you can see how much the other 95% are all of the other elements. So that's, kind of shows how important every part of the book is. Category 3, personal development's always a biggie for us on this one. So these are our finalists, and I'll again let you kind of talk through those, Michael.
Yep. So we've got The Healthy 100 by Dr. Peter Larkins. I was a judge on that book. I loved it. Fantastic book. Julie Hyde, You Always Have a Choice, and Work Backwards by Tim Duggan. So As you mentioned, Andrew, this is actually the biggest category this year, and I think it has been in years past as well. So lots of fabulous books in this category.
And what I like this year too is really diverse, like
Mm.
personal development around health and well-being. And that was interesting for me. I judged Dr. Larkin's book there as well, and I thought it was fabulous. But you've got from health and well-being, through to working smarter as personal development, through to, in resilience. So, it's a pretty broad kind of a topic as well. So fantastic. But the winner is Work Backwards, Tim Duggan. Congratulations, Tim. Good on you, mate. And Tim's been a winner once, maybe even twice in the past.
Mm.
I think great
Yep.
author, I might add, very, very good author, and certainly one of those authors to keep an eye on. I think is probably what I'm going to say. I sound like a Melbourne Cup caller. Keep an eye on Tim. He's coming out. He's doing a good job. He's going to come around that third furlong, doing something. Number 4, communication and sales. Our 3 finalists here. Michael,
Yeah, so we've got How to Influence Anyone, Anywhere, Every Time by Colin James and Erica Bagshaw. From Pitch to Profit by Julia Hewitt. And Self-Promotion Without Social Media by Tess McCabe.
and this was a tough category because we had some really good books in here, and when I'm talking before about, there'll be some people probably a bit disappointed they didn't get to this stage, but in this category, but it really was probably one of the toughest categories I found in terms of the caliber of the books. So yeah, very very cool, folks, very very cool, and the winner of the communication and sales category. Tess McCabe, self-promotion without social media. There's a theme of pink. Tim's book was the only one that wasn't a lot of pink in there, Tim. But it's great. So congratulations to you, Tess. It is a beautiful book. And it's not Tess's first, it's her second, I believe, or third book. So yeah, fabulous.
Yep.
Just awesome.
Congrats,
And
Tess. Great book.
I just want to say hi to Tim there as well. Tim Duggan, thanks everyone. Love these awards so much. Super chuffed to win the category. Good on you, Tim. Great to have you there, mate. Keep writing wonderful books, is what we would say there. So beautiful book, Tess, for you. Self-promotion without social media. Again, innovative thought, great idea, beautifully executed. All the ticks a lot of boxes. Category number 5, personal investment and finances. We've got 4 finalists there. So how did that work, Michael?
So as we've talked about a few times, it's based on scoring. So there's no actual need for there to be 3 finalists. So we ended up with basically 2 books in third spot on the same score. So we ended up with four finalists in this category.
Yeah, great. So we've got 101 Ways to Save Money on Your Tax Legally by Adrian Raftery, which I guess we all kind of want to know that. I think everyone kind of wanted to grab a copy of that.
It was a popular book, yes.
It's a popular book. Don't Stress, Just Invest by Alec Renahan and Bryce Lesky. It's a nice book there too. Property with She's on the Money by Victoria Devine, which is I think her second book now, maybe even her
Yes.
third.
Yeah, there's a She's on the Money series. So yeah,
That's right.
At least the second book, maybe the third.
Yeah, great. And then How to Pay Your Mortgage Off in 10 Years, Even When Interest Rates Are Going Up by Serena Bird. And a fabulous site. So some nice innovative kind of thinking in here as well. And the winner, the personal finance and investment category, Don't Stress, Just Invest. Good on you. Congratulations, Alec and Bryce. Job well done. Quality book, I might add again. Beautifully published.
Nice cover. Yep. Allen and Unwin published this one.
Nice. And that's been something that we've really noticed this year. The traditional publishers, Alan Unwin, Pan Macmillan, Wiley. I think we had, more traditional publishers enter this year than we've had ever before. So,
yeah, definitely.
Again, that's just a maturing of the awards. So congratulations to Alec and Bryce. Management and HR is category number 6. And these are our finalists there, Michael.
Yep, so we've got Great Change by Adam Bennett, Work School Hours by Dr. Ellen Joan Ford. That was a very popular book on the shortlisting day. Everybody was very interested in that. And Leading Wellbeing by Fleur Hazelwood.
Great. And again, another kind of, really tight um, category, I think, management and HR. There's a lot going on in this space at the moment, with about work and just I think again thinking differently about how we work in the post-COVID kind of era, especially. So three very diverse books when you look at them in the finalist category, and the winner for the management and HR category is Fleur Hazelwood. Congratulations, leading well-being, and good on you, Fleur. Beautiful, beautiful book, and convincing win. I might add as well, which really says a lot about the quality of her book overall. Every part of it, from the publishing, the writing is beautiful. It is a terrific book, Leanne. That's a great way in every sense. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure if Fleur is on the line or not, but congratulations to you, Fleur.
Well done, Flo. Great book.
Yeah, awesome book. Category number 7, leadership is always a biggie. Leadership, and a tough one, right? Again, hotly contested. Hotly contested. Again, Renee, thank you, RG Dynamics, for sponsoring this particular category. So good on you. Thank you for your support. These are our finalists in here, and this is a tough one. How did leadership as a category go this year compared to last year? Do you remember, Michael?
Yeah, so it's about the same. It's always one of the larger ones. I think just in general, in publishing, this has grown in size in the last few years as a category. We all know the state of leadership in the world at the moment,
Yeah.
and it's great. So I think that's leading to a lot of books being published in this area. So very, very tight competition in this category.
Yeah, great. And it's, to really stand out as a leadership book now, that's tough. I mean, last time I had a conversation with, I think it was the CEO of Simon and Schuster saying, or former CEO of Simon and Schuster saying, we need another leadership book like we need another Saddam Hussein. You've got to write about something that really is different and significant and stand out. And so it's a challenging category in a world where there's a lot of books there. But I think people are kind of stepping up to it. And that really does reflect what's going on in the world. So, mate, the 3 finalists, do you want to kind of introduce those?
Yeah, for sure. So we've got Great Change by Adam Bennett. We've got Toolkit for Turbulence by Graham Winter and Martin Bean, and Leading Wellbeing again by Fleur Hazelwood.
Beautiful. Okay, and the winner of the leadership category, Fleur. Congratulations again. I hope you haven't gone too far. I hope you haven't gone off to kind of go to the loo or anything, Fleur. Congratulations. A Leader's Guide to Mental Health Conversations at Work.
Well done, Fleur.
Very, very big topic. Congrats. Big deal to win 2 categories as well. So, yeah, it's the double. It's the double. Well done. Good on you. Fabulous. And again, just kind of to win across 2 categories does showcase it's a very good book.
Yeah.
As well. So congratulations. How amazing is that? Category number 8, technology. And we were probably a tad surprised this year because we've just at the beginning of, if you look at the period for the Abbas was July 1st, 2023 to June 30th, 2024. And the AI books are coming. Believe me, the AI books are coming, but they haven't quite excuse me, overwhelm the publishing space just now. So these are our 2 technology entries that we became finalists. Do you want to explain how that works with 2, Michael?
Yeah, so one thing we try and do is sort of scale proportionally the number of finalists. So because this was a very small category, again, like you mentioned, Andrew, a little bit surprising. We expected this year to be very, very big in technology, and it hasn't been. So maybe it'll be next year. So due to the small size of the category, we decided that only 2 finalists would be nominated for this one.
Yeah, great. And our finalists are obviously AI Game On by Tim Trumper, which is cool. How to decide who or what decides. And then, of course, the next one was the Economy of Algorithms, AI and the Rise of the Digital Minions, which is interesting, by Marek Kowalots. Oh, God. I'm so sorry, Marek. Please forgive me for butchering that. Why did I get that one, Michael? I've got Matthew Michaelwitz is a friend of mine. Kowalowitz. I'm so sorry, Marek. Forgive me for that. That was just terrible. I wasn't even close. I'm just going to call you Marek K from now on, right? And
Kowalkiewicz, can I have a go?
yeah, yeah,
Kowalkiewicz.
yeah. Kowalkiewicz.
Yeah.
Kowalkiewicz. Okay.
Oh,
And the winner of the technology category is Michael. Who is it?
Marek K.
Marek K. Exactly.
Well
Good
done,
on
Marek.
you.
Congratulations. Great book.
The economy of algorithms. It is a great book. And yeah, job well done, Marek. And thanks for having a sense of humor there about my butchering of your name. Good on you. Good on you. Good on you. I love that. Okay, category number 9, health and well-being. This is another biggie, right? It's a big one. It was one of the
Yep.
bigger ones, health and well-being, Michael.
Yep. From day one of the awards, this has been a very big category. A very wide range of books in this category, as you'd expect. So, a noticeable number of books about dealing with excessive alcohol consumption, which I'm guessing is COVID related. But yeah, there's books about overcoming burnout. There's a book about feng shui, a couple of burnout books actually. A fabulous book which we worked on actually about curing prostatitis, which is a male disease, obviously, that is very hard to diagnose. So Mark Swain wrote a fabulous book about that. So yeah, very good range of books in this category.
Yeah, very, very diverse as well. And yeah, we kind of love that. So our finalists are 1,000 Wasted Sundays. I didn't judge this one, Michael. You judged this one by Victoria Vanstone. You're saying it's a fabulous read,
Yep.
beautifully written book. The second finalist was The Health Habit by Dr. Amantha Imber. I did judge this. That's a fabulous book, well published by Penguin. And of course, this one we're familiar with, Live More with Less, Dr. Kate Luckins again. And yeah, so hard in this category. Very, very tight again. Health and Wellbeing category winner, Dr. Kate Luckins. So congratulations, Kate. Two finalists, two categories that you've won. And we encourage all of our finalists and category winners to really promote that fact. And we will reach out to everyone. We'll give you, stickers and little things that you can put on to promote it, because it's a great thing to say you're an award-winning author. So yeah, fabulous, fabulous stuff.
Well done,
Category
Kate.
10 is general business. And this one, again, sponsored, thank you so much, by David Jennings from Systemology for making this category. Fantastic. Our general business, this is the other big category, right? If you look at the total numbers, I think this is the second largest category from memory, like that,
Yeah,
or
probably not quite the
quite?
second, but definitely up there. It's obviously, as the name suggests, it's a little bit of a catch-all, so there's a very wide range of books here. Remembering that obviously books can be in two categories. We've got AI Game On again was in this category. Again, we've got the book about importing from China, a book about writing persuasively, kind businesses in here again, obviously. So there's a very good range of books in this. Again, as you'd expect, it's the general business category, but it's always an interesting one.
Nice. So we've got Work Backwards again by Tim. Good on you, Tim. Congrats. How to Build a Business Others Want to Buy, which is a cool title by Kobe Samat, and Dr. David Cook's Kind Business, which is a fabulous book as well. And the winner of the general business category, again, Work Backwards, Tim Duggan. Good on you, Tim. I think I seem to remember you winning a number of categories whenever the last time was that you'd won the last lot. So
Yeah,
there's no
couple of
real
years ago.
surprises. So good on you, mate. Congratulations. I
Well
hope you
done,
haven't,
Tim.
hope you haven't gone off to celebrate just yet. So that's good on you.
Mm.
Category 11 is the best cover design, and this is again sponsored by the lovely Jenny from Genesis. Thank you so much, Jen, for your involvement there with Genesis Consulting, and just again, thank you for being a part and helping us to make that donation to ILF. How do we decide on the best cover, Michael? I'll let you talk that through.
Yeah, for sure. So this, I think this actually probably generated the most discussion on the shortlist day, actually. So we added an extra step this year. Previously, it's just been on the shortlist day. All of the judges got to vote 3-2-1 on their preferred covers, and that was it. This year, we gave all of the judges 3 votes. and then we grabbed all the books that got any votes at all, and then we voted again and narrowed it down each time until we got to the winner. So we went from 130 books or whatever it was, which is the total entries, went down to 10. Then went through a few rounds of voting, and then we ended up with four. And the last four books probably generated 20, 30 minutes of debate before we picked a winner. So it was a very involved process, and a lot of stern conversations, that we say.
And you also got to remember that we don't just judge the cover on the actual, just on the front cover. It's also on the spine, the back cover, like it's the whole thing. And it's for us who are in the publishing space, there's a lot of things that make a cover right, and there's a lot of things that make a cover wrong. It's so much more than purely font usage and stuff. It's creativity. It's like the relevance of the cover to the topic. It's the cleverness behind it, all those kind of things. So we've got four finalists. Our first finalist here is Lead Like You with Joe Wagstaff. And again, it's a really simple cover, but it's a beautiful cover. And I think we all agree that we love the color palette. To get a bit nerdy on you, there's something about that just works.
Yeah.
Tess, welcome back again. Tess, your cover is very distinct. And again, deserves to be one of the finalists in the cover design. Congratulations to you, Tess. Our third finalist here, this is a great cover too. I really like this. A hell of a lot of glass. Kate Ramsey by Pipeline Design. Sorry, and I should mention there that Tess designed her own cover. I should have mentioned that, sorry. But this is a really beautiful cover. Yeah, mate, and the on screen doesn't quite do it justice. When you actually look at the book, it's fabulous.
Yeah,
and then the final cover, the Active Workday Advantage. And this was designed by Tess, who's a designer, obviously. This is a really unique one as well, because it's quite different in the small illustrations. And this is by Lizzie Williamson. So very, very kind of cool. But who is the winner out of that? Well, as Michael said, after a lot of discussion, a lot of debate, congratulations to you, Lizzie. There's that, and again, just the front image, if you look at the total of the book, it's a really beautiful cover. It's clever. The little images are actually very clever. It says what it is. It's just it definitely got over the line in the end, is probably the easiest way to say that. So congratulations to all of our cover finalists. Job well done.
Well done, everybody. Well done, Tess.
Yeah, congratulations to you, Tess. So you're taking out some nice accolades there tonight. Okay, last of all, 2024 Business Book of the Year. This is the culmination, again, of all of that. And I proudly sponsored this category with Author Academy. And that was because I got in first. And these are our 2024 finalists. No surprises in there, okay? No surprises, I'm sure. So Dr. Kate Luckin's Live More with Less. It's a great cover. Fleur Hazelwood's Your Leading Wellbeing. Again, fantastic book. Obviously, these have all won their categories, and a couple of categories in some situations. And of course, Tim Duggan's, Work Backwards. So, they're our finalists for this year's Book of the Year. And it's a big deal. Of all of the books that are entered, these are the highest scoring across every element. It's amazing to think that. So the winner of the 2024 Australian Business Book Awards, Book of the Year, goes to, pausing for effect, Fleur Hazelwood. Congratulations, Fleur. Amazing. Job well done.
Well done, Fleur.
And again, now, I point out, I don't know if did we mention this before, Michael? I don't think we did, but, just again, what you learn, of course. But Fleur is no stranger to the Australian Business Book Awards because her debut book, Resilience Recipes, in 2022, it won the category of health and well-being. And she was also a finalist with that book for the Book of the Year. So to come back in 2024 with your latest book and to win the Book of the Year, Fleur, is amazing. And clearly, you're a fabulous writer. but you also are published with a great company, Major Street Publishing. Leslie Williams is an incredible professional and a great publisher of world-class books. So no real surprise in there from us. So congratulations, Fleur, and you get a
That's
big
right.
check. We've just got to find a big envelope to put it in. You'll get a check from the Abbas for $2,500 to go towards book number 3 in some shape or form. But yeah, just an amazing achievement. Amazing achievement. Wow. So a big congratulations to all of the 2024 Australian Business Book Awards, the finalists, the winners. My heart breaks a bit for those of you who I know who have written and published great books in that year and deserve to be finalists and deserve to be winners, and I get all of that. But again, as we've gone to really great lengths to talk about today, our process is really tight, and it's a really just a representation of the increasing standard of quality of Australian business books that are getting published, and that's what we want. Right, we want the standard to go higher. The quality of self-published, traditional published, they're on par these days. It's just extraordinary in so many different ways. Michael, do you want to do the closing kind of thank yous in here?
Yeah, for sure. So just firstly, obviously a big congrats to everyone. Well done, Fleur. I forgot to hold up the trophy as well, so that'll be coming to you along with your very, very big check when we find the large envelope. So again, as Andrew mentioned, absolutely everyone involved, the judges. Special thank you to Leslie from Major Street for letting us use her office for the shortlist day. All the authors who enter. As Andrew mentioned, judges give up their time freely, don't get paid. They get to keep the books, so that's pretty cool for us book nerds, but no payment at all for any of the judges. And of course, thank you and congratulations to all of the authors for entering.
Yeah, awesome. And we had a great helper, Lady Danielle, to help us with the awards the first time ever that we've got there. So I'm not sure if Danielle is on the line and listening in, but just nice to acknowledge her involvement as well to kind of pick up some of the workload that Michael and I were not responsible enough to do. Again, big acknowledgement of the Indigenous Literacy Foundation, and it just please do, everyone on the call, everyone who's entered, all of the judges, please note that contribution that we make to the ILF is on behalf of all of us. And whilst we say we're super proud of it, please know that there's little kids in Indigenous communities that are reading books in local language because of the work and because of your commitment and involvement and help with the awards. So you're a part of this. And we'll see you next year for the 2025 Australian Business Book Awards. We'll put the hard word on people to sponsor, to judge, to enter, to do all of the above, and let you know. We'll keep you informed. We'll do the recording of this event will be available, of course, and we'll put the winners up tomorrow. They normally go up pretty well straight away, so that they're all online, and we'll be in touch with all of the finalists and everyone as well. And if you'd like to be involved in the 2025 Australian Business Book Awards, maybe as a judge, as a sponsor, anything like that, drop us a line, let us know. We'd welcome any support. If you've got any ideas or any thoughts about what we can do better, we're all ears to that as well. And for now, I'd just like to say thank you to you, Michael, again, for it's an absolute pleasure to work on the awards with you. I don't think we've had any disagreements. Well, not that we ever really have any disagreements, but like the 6 years has flown by, and it's a great milestone. We both love the Abbas. We're a little bit overconfident now in delivering stuff, so we're setting ourselves up for a major fail at some stage. But so far, it's all held together. So thank you, Michael, and thank you everyone for tuning in tonight. And I'll let you have the final words, Michael.
Thanks everybody for tuning in, and special thanks and congratulations for everybody who entered.
Woohoo! Good night, folks.
And one last thank you to Andrew for running the night as well.
Pleasure. Righto, that's it. See you,
Thanks,
folks.
everybody.
Big congratulations. We love it. Thank you. Nice to see Larry on there as well. Well done, mate. Yeah. You're involved. Emma Lovell, thank you. Anna Featherston, good on you. Leanne Faulkner, thank you. Kath, Jeff Hetherington, thanks for you've been judging forever, Jeff. Kath, Jenny Pierce, thanks for tuning in. Bernadette, the lovely Bernadette Schwartz, Jackie Lane, Marek Kay. Again, long list. Thanks, Katrina, for tuning in. Oh my goodness me, so many great people. Beautiful. All right, see you, folks.
Thanks, everyone.